Okay, as questions come up about how to hang indoors, there's lots of ways to do it. I'm going to show you the way that I do it. I use these hooks that you can get at Ikea. They're made for the ceiling chairs that they hang from the ceiling. Uh, I don't know how that's pronounced, Ekorre or something. Um, but that's the part number 717225. And they just have a flat base and a little hook right here. I'll show you what they look like. Here's my little hammock spot over here. But basically, it's just a flat thing with 4 screws. And I find if I do a carabiner directly on it, that works, but it's metal on metal, and you'll get a little bit of a creaking sound as the metal just kind of gently rocks. So I just run a little loop off of it and hang off of the loop, so I don't have metal on metal. But so in my basement, I have the little hooks around here. I routinely can do 2 hammocks off of these, no problem. The screws I'm using are a coated deck screw, just what I had laying around. Seems to be more than ample. I also have installed these in my room, so I'll show you what those look like. And I use different screws. But the idea is to install them on places where you find studs. And I just kind of looked around at my basement here at the bare walls to see where the stud I'd likely find good points to attach them to. And I found that there's a nice little spot above doorways. You could easily put a hook put one of those right here and hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 little spots with good solid studs. Same thing on this door. And I looked over at my windows as well. And like, here's my window. You could see there's a spot there you could easily get those 4 onto. And in fact, let me just show you what I'm talking about. Here's a hook right here. If you angle it a little bit, you'll hit stud on all 4 of them. So, and that's the way all my windows are framed out. So I put them on these posts too. I could use tree straps, but sometimes it's nice just to have those. And you can see I've got them all over the place here. So I can hang diagonally across to the other ones, or I can hang across to this one. And I'll show you upstairs what it looks like installed. And so this is what it looks like in the bedroom. Don't tell my wife I put this up here. She might not be happy about me showing the room being less than perfect shape. But you can see I mounted up here. In this case, I used some different bolts. I have some hex head bolts that I found at Home Depot, but what I did is I pre-drilled, and once I verified I hit a stud, then I went ahead and drove in those bolts. And then on this one I just missed it, so I used a drywall anchor and just used a heavy screw on there. The drywall anchor was rated for 100 pounds, but between all 3 of those and studs and one with a nice anchor, it's fine. I can lay in it, no problem. Also, here's what I did above the window. You can see again here, I hit 1, 2, 3 into studs. And this one up here, I'd use a drywall anchor. So I hit 3 out of the 4 spots. Some of it's kind of blind. I didn't feel like probing around with my drill bit and trying to find the exact spot where the stud was. And this holds absolutely fine. And again, you can see I did a loop here, so I'm not metal on metal, because metal on metal, it'll make a little bit of a grinding sound. So anyway, we're really happy with this setup. It works great. And when we're not using our hammock, we can actually just take it down and we can put it behind the door. You see we have this little hook here that's for towels and whatnot, but you can actually hang this up and Sorry for the bad camera work. But basically you can hang it up, and it's mostly hidden behind the door, and our bathroom door there is usually open anyway, so not a big deal. Anyway, that's how we hang indoors, and it's working just fine for us. Just a suggestion.